Good.
Hello,
Alright.
hello.
Hello.
Sorry to let you know, Furby, according to Twitch, Lady K spoke first.
Hello, like you.
Like, according to Twitch thingy
hello,
I spoke
Forby.
first.
I see Uni's as the very
No,
first.
see, because you spoke before we were live. But it's
that doesn't
marked,
count.
it's marked Lady K
Well,
as
according
first.
to mine, Furby spoke first.
Oh, no. It says to me that Furby spoke first, but Twitch have given first to Lady K.
Yes, because Furby wrote before we went live.
No, after.
No, he didn't.
No, that was after.
Okay.
Hello,
let me.
Lexi's like,
let
well,
me-
I'm ending it, so.
I literally had Twitch up waiting for y'all to say yes.
Furby, I think this is the first time I've heard your voice.
I was just about to say
I am
same.
also very surprised.
It is the second time. I heard him yesterday in the background, and I did not expect that voice.
Did not expect
Neither.
what.
Eli's
I'm not
calling
sure
you hot
what
there,
I-
Furby. Looks like you're
Yeah.
in.
I don't know what I expected. It just wasn't that.
Daddy on daddy action.
That's what she said.
Whoa.
Fuck it. I lose. I give
You
up.
always lose.
I always lose. I give up.
Always.
Don't pretend you don't enjoy it.
As we say in Britain, you love it, you slag.
Yep. Eli, the ultimate Discord kitten.
Oh God. Oh, he's gonna hate me.
Oh dear God.
Fantastic.
Dear God, I don't believe in.
So who's clipping that? Since we apparently
You.
both. Okay, yeah, I'm
It's your
clipping it,
job.
fine. Excuse me.
That's your job.
Okay.
As the servant. Oh no, as the.
It fits like that. That'll do.
Oh my God.
Yeet,
Another new
indeed.
name.
Oh, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I suppose is probably the
Good
best way.
day, dear sir.
It will go really.
Oh, frick. I will come help you with your
Exactly. Too right, kid.
You know what's extra amusing is that Eli is muted and deafened, so I've just changed his name in Discord, and now he just looks mad about it.
He's sulking.
No.
sounds about
he's
right.
got
Are
the
you
blush
mad about
marks.
it?
He's got the blush marks. That's what it is.
That's his stripes. He's just Angie Kitten. Angie Ultimate Discord Kitten. Which unfortunately is too long to fit on his name. Come and join PA, guys. If we become friends, I will mercilessly bully you by changing your Discord name on a regular basis.
I know, I can't believe it.
You tested me earlier, that was your own fault.
Hey, I changed the tags, I'm fine.
You say that, and your little raccoon's like, yeah!
You're happy about it. I take joy in creating misery. It's fun. So,
What a
book
way
of
to
the
sell
month.
it.
Do we want announcement of April's book of the month first? Or
Yes.
to talk about last month's book of the month first?
I'm biased, but I could go for. I think we should wait with what we're reading for next until a bit later.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, do we not reveal at the end of the session? There's like a reason to stick around.
No. Not according to chat. Chat wants the book now.
Okay.
Chat can be welcomed into the.
Yeah.
Well, actually, before we do that, I'm gonna dig in the knife a little bit because I put up an announcement today asking you guys for reviews because I need them. So, go fill in the reviews. Please and thank
I
you.
did check it out, but I think I
Can
only
I
saw
post-
the Quicksilver one. Is that correct? Or did I misview
There's a
that?
tab at the bottom
Ah,
of the
Yes,
Google
yeah.
sheet that has Quicksilver, A Language of Dragons, April, May, June, July, all the way to December.
whoa.
We are prepped and ready for this. But yes, when you guys review, hang on a second.
The kids are
Just-
being little shits.
I'm just trying to find where I could
Default
find
setting.
it again.
It's in the announcement. It's also in the table of contents, and it's on the Fable book club.
Fable,
It's
that's what I was-
everywhere, is what she's trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not very
excuse.
unsubtly nudging you towards doing them for multiple reasons. Obviously, I want to hear what you guys think of the books of the month. I find that really exciting. But on top of that, I'd like to start doing some community social media posts. So if when we do book of the month, I can put a post out that says, this is the book we read last month, and here's what the community thinks. And I can nip some of your, get an overall rating from everyone and nip some of your comments about it and see what your favourite quotes are and favourite characters. Thank you very much for the follow, Zen. Or just Zen the icon, just to give you the full name. Thank you. Your support is very much appreciated. And hello, Ame. You're not late. You're fine. But yes, so if you guys
You
can...
arrived precisely when you meant to arrive.
Absolutely. Book dragons and wizards have that in common.
Yes.
But yeah, if you can fill it in, that would be great, because then I can post about it and people can know what you think. Fabulous. Okay, so April's book of the month. We had a really interesting mix of books in the suggestion this month, which was quite surprising. Obviously, just a note, at the moment, we're currently only doing fantasy books. That is going to change, and we're going to opt in, or we're going to have random extras. I'm going to murder my children in a moment.
You shouldn't admit that on stream.
You're not supposed to say it out loud. You just.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't say that out loud. But we
I
know the
literally
explanation.
muted myself as I said I probably shouldn't say that on stream.
Someone clip it.
She's kidding. Don't take it seriously.
That's it. You mute your
future
wrong
evidence.
bit.
Yeah, I mute the bit that I should say, and
I was
not.
just about to say.
Yes, that would never happen. That's what hitmen are for.
Wouldn't waste the money. To be fair, I'd just leave them to their own
They're
devices.
gonna be
They try and take themselves off this planet on a daily basis.
Never understood that. We worked so hard to bring you into this world. Why must you?
Oh, I don't. They have absolutely no sense of self-preservation. I genuinely think that they look at things and go,
No, there is.
this might
There
kill
is
me.
no learning.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
our
in the last
youngest,
24 hours, the toddler has fallen outside, fallen while chasing his brother down, closed his fingers in the door at the bathroom of Whataburger, fell off the bed last night, fell off the sofa last night. That's just in 24 hours.
It
Our
sounds like you
youngest-
gotta lock him up.
Genuinely wish
He has
that
the
I could.
gracefulness of his mother.
I wish
I need to
that
be
I
put in a
could
bubble wrap.
say that they're toddlers, but they're not. The youngest is
Our kids.
5. It's the older
Yeah, no,
ones that are the problem.
We
So-
very much learn that, like, our kids will just never ever have self-preservation.
No.
Their concept of like risk doesn't exist. The amount of times that we spent the past 2 years like trying to train them on, when you cross a road, you look both ways. No idea at all. Some days they'll do it at every opening to every house. And then other days they will literally just be like, oh, straight towards a car. And it's like, that's not okay. Just
They're just
these things
daft.
hurt.
a while
Pippa
back, I
and
can't
dogs.
remember
Oh.
how long. our youngest repeatedly yeeted himself into the wall, and when asked why, he went, because it's fun. And he
I
was
feel
sitting
that.
on the floor, crying his fucking eyes out because it hurt. And we were like, yeah, because you're not taking it easy and you're yeeting yourself into the wall. And he's like, yeah, but it's fun.
Our youngest
Can't win.
Yeah, our youngest specifically likes me to throw her, like almost like mimic body slam her
Mhm.
Oh, no,
onto
she also
like the
likes it
bed.
if you
which is-
shake her.
Oh yeah, no, that's the interesting one. Is that can you grab me, like can you hold me by my ribs and like violently shake me, because then I can go like ah, and the noise is funny. Like
He's a funny
just
beast.
fucking bizarre.
We decided to wash all the bedding yesterday because they have coverless duvets. And so we were throwing them all down the stairs so that we could take them and get them washed.
Oh my god, Pip.
And
Yeah.
they immediately just stand at the top of the stairs and they're like, "Oh, cool, padding." And you're like, "No,
Oh no.
no."
Put them in a laundry basket and slide.
Our yeah.
The
Oh, we've had
children
that.
or
Get into
the
pillowcases and slide down the stairs, but our stairs curve at the bottom. So if you slide down the stairs, you slide straight into a wall. And they do it
We had-
repeatedly. Climb bookcases that aren't attached onto the wall. We've had to put chains on the windows so that the windows can only open so far because they will sit on the window frames with their legs out the window.
They're currently scaling bookcases that are not like mounted down so that they can like get to biscuits.
To be fair, weren't you just as stupid as a child?
Absolutely
No.
not.
I
Him
jumped
because
into
he's
a glass
autistic,
closet
me
from the
because
bed.
my mother would have killed me.
No, I just was like, okay, there is a much easier way to get to things that require much less risk. Gifted Kitten subscribed.
Okay, yeah, I'm catching up with chat. So, hi Valkyrie, welcome. Hi Zen. Yes, we're talking about toddlers, but also just the stupidity of children in general, like regardless of age. Furby says, remember folks, high blood pressure is better than no blood pressure. Kids are just making sure it still works. Thank you very much for the follow, It's Songrider. Thank you very much for the subscription, Gifted Kittens. And yeah, no, we don't have window limits. So you're supposed to have a window that can open far enough that you can get a mattress out of it in case there's a fire. So our windows open really far. Problem is, again, kids are stupid. So yeah, we have chain locks on all the windows. We had to do them on the upstairs windows because obviously we were worried about them falling, and then we had to put them on the downstairs windows because they worked out that they opened far enough they could climb out and go outside.
Oh my days.
They were escaping.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Within the first year that me and Ari were together, I was watching them and I literally went 5 minutes into the kitchen to like make everyone a sandwich, and then all of a sudden I'm like calling people to the table, and there's one less of them. And the youngest again had opened the window and was just like running down the street because Ari had gone for like to go to the town. And there's me like absolutely vaulting over the sofa to get to the door because there's just a 2-year-old fucking running down the street.
No. Lottie got brought home by the police one morning. 5:30 in the morning, we got woken up by a policeman at the door with our child because she had gone downstairs, climbed on the kitchen side, got the keys, opened the back door, used her toddler bike to climb over next door's fence because their gate opened whereas ours were locked, climbed over the fence, went out down the alleyway and tried to take herself to school. She was like,
all I'm hearing is that your kids are incredibly smart.
oh no, they're incredibly intelligent. They just use it for the worst possible things ever.
That's
super
kids.
smart, incredibly stupid.
Yes, absolutely. It is
That's
happy.
just kids,
It's Happy
though.
Mother's Day to
Yeah.
all my fellow Brit mums.
Oh yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Does anyone know why you guys celebrate on a different date? And
Happy Mama's Day.
Ours is
We
celebrated on
Many
the.
don't celebrate the same date as the US. I would just like to
Yeah,
point that
ours
out.
is celebrated, always celebrated on the last Sunday of March. I don't particularly know why they chose the last Sunday of March, but I think the holiday that the Americans have as Mother's Day, we have as something else. So that's possibly why. I'm going to Google it.
because I'm pretty sure we have like the last Sunday of May here in the Netherlands.
Yeah, but US is May 11th.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, ours
US
is
is
ours
May
is tied
11th.
into the church.
Of
Ah,
course it is.
However,
Everything's
it
tied into
has
the church.
been 3 Sundays before Easter since the 16th century. So I think we might win.
you,
Yeah, we have it on the last Sunday in May and have had it for a couple of.
you think you may win?
Well, we beat the Americans because everything we have is older than the
Absolutely,
Americans.
yeah,
but-
because 1776,
hard.
yeah.
Nej, mamma gör det.
Ame, reading America's is on a different day because America wants to be special like our inches.
Yeah, that's
And
just how
it's
America
so
is.
dodgy.
Hey, I've explained this before in trivia that we did not receive your metric system because the French person who made it, scientist, whatever, was kidnapped by pirates. So
It is.
bleh,
It's the pirates'
there you
fault.
go.
This is true.
It is a pirate's fault. It really is. You're welcome.
But
It's been quite a
also,
while since then.
it's
I
been,
mean,
yeah,
most,
thank you,
most
Tom.
pirate, I will
while.
say, most pirated things are very fucked up, so it's no wonder your system doesn't work.
No, but the thing is, the
Gott.
pirated thing is the metric
Ja,
system.
men Michael,
That's the
inte
problem.
nu.
Thank you, songwriter. Yeah, I knew it had to do with being within Lent. I don't know why they went. Do you know what? As a show of faith, we want you to abstain from eating nice things for 40 days and 40 nights. But in the middle, celebrate your mother.
Who is not allowed,
Yama!
who
Which
is
was like, okay.
obviously not allowed to eat nice things.
This is why I don't
Wait,
take
women are
part
allowed
in
to
Lent.
eat? Since when?
Mm-hmm.
You know, besides not
Ain't
being
no
Christian.
one taking my chocolate from me. Except the kids, because they steal my chocolate all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
mm,
Mm.
I cannot leave anything in the open.
Oh, I can't
No,
even
we
leave
can't
it
leave
in
anything
hidden.
in the closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind if I left it in the open. That would at least be my fault.
yeah, I left it on my desk.
No, we hide things. Ari hid Nutella in her underwear drawer so
Yep.
that we could have Nutella pancakes this morning because
Yep.
the kids are pricks and will literally rummage through everything they can think of until they can find whatever is stashed away.
If we buy
At
snacks in
least
for
you
the
can
house,
hide things.
if we
You
buy
can hide
snacks in for
things.
the
We
house,
can't.
we've had them hidden in the slow cooker, we've had them hidden in the washing machine, in the tumble dryer, top
You
of the
almost melted their advent
wardrobes.
calendars because you hid their
I put them in
advent
the oven.
calendars in the oven
And
and
then
forgot and
to
then
turn
went
the
to
oven
turn,
on.
yeah.
Yep. That's why I don't use the oven
Never
anymore.
have I ever forgotten where I put the things.
You
and
are
then
very
almost
lucky. I
destroyed them.
forget everything all the time.
I remember the time when we had bought.
Harris,
I
I've got
don't
to
know the
ask
term.
why. Harris has said, I'm not religious in any way, but I've given up coffee for Lent and it's hard. And I have 2 questions of why. Why would you be so cruel to yourself? But also, isn't your child little?
Why would you put yourself through that?
I assume it's an
I mean-
excuse to like if you want to like use it as an excuse to like cut an addiction or something, then fair enough. Like, I'm going to give up smoking for Lent, or I'm going to stop drinking like caffeine for Lent,
Can I
or
start
like I
smoking
can get
for Lent,
no,
please?
no. That's when I start breaking fingers.
I miss
We talked about this.
smoking. I don't want to do it.
I wanted a challenge. Life isn't
That-
You have
challenging
a
enough.
child. That is a challenge.
You have an 8-month-old.
You
and
are
went
you
for
are
it.
literally stacking the deck against yourself for the
Oh,
Hell, I
long
didn't
run.
realize you wanted to play
Wait.
Motherhood
You
on
just
New
gave
Game
up
Plus.
coffee,
Like,
not caffeine.
Oh,
my days,
slightly
yeah.
better, I suppose.
Let's play having a
But
child on New
also,
Game
this
Plus.
feels very much like my life isn't miserable enough. I want my life to feel like Dark Souls.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. She's playing Parenthood on New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Parenthood on New Game Plus. Thanks. Why?
Quite a choice.
I am confused. Why
Mhm.
am I confused, you ask?
Yes.
Well, because I can't
You're a
work out
simple creature.
what the fuck this is doing. No, Tarn has pointed out to me that one of the rolling names is slightly off-centered.
All of them are.
Okay, all of them are, apparently. Thank you for that.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm only kidding. So now I'm trying to work out how to fix it, but I can't find it in my overlays. Which
It's been bothering me for
couldn't
3
be
weeks and I had to say
possible.
something.
Couldn't be
Oh,
possible.
now I understand what you're talking about. It took me a moment. I was like, what
Oh.
the effing frick are you talking about?
Okay. While you do that, we bought barbecue coal because my parents were gonna come over for
Interesting.
some, and we were gonna grill. That was the idea.
Your
And
parents?
Une, in
You're gonna
her
grill your
infinite
parents.
fucking, Une, in her infinite wisdom, put the barbecue coal on the stove.
Oh no.
And then she went like, okay, so now I know where it is. So, not even Eli can miss this. So that's perfect. So
I
now we know
like
where
that
the
that's how
barbecue
you
is.
work things. Is not even Eli can miss this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Mind you,
I found it.
this is
Super tiny apartment.
no, it's oh my god, what is called the stove? It's
Induction stove.
yes, very important.
Yeah. Either way.
Right, there we go.
So
Fixed,
Une goes like,
I think.
okay, perfect. Now I know. Now we know where it is. It's perfect. We're gonna grill in 45 minutes. I might as well start the potatoes. And she turns on the stove. And she, for some godforsaken reason, she doesn't check which plate on the stove she turned on.
I almost burned our house down.
You almost
We've all
burned our
done
house
it.
down because I walked out into the kitchen, looked at a flaming fucking bag of barbecue coals, and went, "The fuck is going on?"
We've all done
But
it.
we didn't. She did
Dad,
not burn
we're
down.
being yelled at to
Oh,
stop screaming.
okay. I'll apologize to the children.
I didn't mean to break the animation. OBS is just a pain in the arse.
Okay.
Likes to be a pain in
Next-
the arse for no other reason
Next time
than
I'll keep my mouth shut.
it can. I don't want to reset my UI because that'll get rid of everything. Where's the refresh?
The tiny says it's okay that we're loud.
The older is like, please shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Small child's like, it's fine. Carry on, mum and dad. Older one's like, I swear to Christ.
I swear to fucking God, you're gonna force me to go up in the morning, and you're keeping me awake. Fuck you.
What we're gonna do is we're
That's
gonna
fair.
ignore the screen.
It is.
We're not ending. We are still here.
Yes.
Come on. You piece of nonsense.
What animation was broken?
That is being.
A
It's
new
not scrolling.
follower donation.
Oh, the chat isn't scrolling.
Because it wants to be a pain. Oh, God, where's it gone? Oh, maybe. Thinking about it. There we go. Ta-da!
It's working.
God, look at
Boop,
that.
boop.
So techy.
Welcome to the chat room.
Oh,
It has
I want to
it has
complain so bad, but I'll keep
unfortunately
my mouth shut.
refreshed the stupid chat, so you've all disappeared. So you'll have to get yapping to refill the screen. Yap,
Oh,
yap, yap.
Amamori is here. Did we say hello?
We didn't yet.
Very gotten that far. Yep, yep, yep.
That was my favourite Finn. Apologies to any other Finns that are in the room. I love that you guys always
That is
deliver.
very apt. The OBS
No,
Chronicles
no,
stream issues
no,
part
it's not.
XY.
We've had like 2 months without stream
Oh,
issues.
excuse me, I'd like to hang on here. We have had we've been free of technical difficulties for quite a while.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
And this
is
wasn't a
true.
technical difficulty, this is Tarn's fault.
Yes, this is true.
Okay, I can
I'm
keep
just saying.
complaining. I'll keep my mouth shut. Because there's something else I've noticed.
Oh, what now?
No, it's fine.
No. No. I'm not allowed to do that.
No,
So the
no,
book of the month, right?
Yes,
Yes.
the book of the month.
Who actually read it here?
You.
No, I can't be the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one who read it.
No, hang on. No, we're not changing the subject. What else have you noticed?
Good on you guys who have read it. I can speak.
Okay, if you look at the new donation on the right, there's way more space than with any of the other ones.
The what?
New
The new donation
on the right. There's
on
way
the
more
right side.
space than for anything else.
It's
It
not
scrolls in
centered.
much further. Yeah.
It has
I see
to
what you're
because
saying.
I
there's
told
an
you it's
image.
nothing.
It's the same reason
Okay,
that
well,
it's the same reason that subscriber stops earlier because there's an image there.
The
I told
fancy
you it was nothing
little.
important.
No, you're just wrong.
Well,
No,
it's still wrong. And
I was
I
I
talking
can't
there's an
help
about
the
the
image.
fact that you
text
put
of
an
a new
image on there.
donation
I
is not
didn't.
centered, but you know.
Either way, so since Tab is the only one in voice chat that we know of that has read the book, review!
And the rest of you can type in
No,
chat what you thought or
Karis has read it.
stuff.
Yes, Karis
Yes,
has read
and
it.
You can also
And
fill in.
I
I said
have.
your name.
You can
I
also
said your
fill
name
in.
right this time.
You did.
I
Well
said your name
done.
right this time.
Well
Fucking
done.
appreciate it.
You deserve a round of applause.
Can you get hunks?
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
chat?
give it, but you deserve it.
Yeah, hunks in the chat.
No.
The chat. What did you think of the book, Tab?
I mean, it was the first book I read in a long time of not reading. That I joined book club, so I enjoyed it. Especially the way that they handled the dragons in the book was quite interesting. But yeah, sitting back and having read another book and like a proper book afterwards, it does fall short, and it seems a bit, I don't know, hard to read sometimes. Like you really, really start to hate the main character.
Yeah.
I would have much preferred if the book was about her cousin.
yes,
Yep.
please.
Oh, is this a side characters are better than the main character's story?
Yes.
Yes.
I will lay it out there and I will take full ownership of the fact I haven't actually read it yet. I'm going to read it, I just haven't read it yet. Mainly
Unbelievable.
because every time I went to sit down and start reading it, I got distracted by fanfiction and have spent the entire month reading nothing but Hermione fanfiction.
Oh, no, every time I glance over my shoulder, it's fucking Hermione did this and Draco said that, and I'm like, oh god, okay.
That's my
You're in
word.
a mood, okay? And it just every time I tried to read something else, and I did try reading other things, not just the book of the month, I just was like, no, I want to know what's going on in that, and then I had to go back. So, but I finally think I've run out, so I'm going to read it and catch up. I'm
I
gonna.
fully agree with
You also
Remorse,
have
by the
some
way.
big news of things we're looking at in terms of some proposals you've been offered this month?
For a moment there, I thought,
Or
if this,
th-
I
Oh,
was
you
about
went
to
to med
say,
school.
I was going to say, if this
No,
is your
like-
way of proposing to me,
No,
was on
no,
stream,
no,
I
no,
was going to kill you. No,
no. I'm talking about the authors that have engaged you to review their
Yes.
shit.
So, just before
Wait,
we go
plural?
further into the book of the month, in April, being next week, we are changing up the way the streams are run. So, we were doing a gaming stream on a Thursday night that was well titled Terrible Gaming with the Trash Panda, because I'm a terrible gamer. However, that is no more, because Tuesday nights now are going to be our bookish variety stream.
Yay!
I'm actually really excited about this. So obviously we do have the call for submissions for the fan fictions that I asked you guys for. Valkyrie did not disappoint. In fact, saw the brief, ran with the brief, and came back with something that I absolutely was not expecting.
Yeah, no, when she read a line out to me, I was like, I don't know where the fuck you found this. I kind of don't want to know how you found this
It's amusing.
or what you did with said information, but here we are.
But yes, so we're doing. There is going to be a real big mix of things on a Tuesday night, from Ask Me Anything to trivias and games and quizzes and giveaways, but also one of the things I've been working on and plugging away at is author Q&As. Now we are quite small, so Rebecca Yaros is not going to grace us with her presence anytime soon. However, I said anytime soon. I'm aiming big, just we're not there yet. However, we have had some headway with some authors I've reached out to over different genres. About getting them on and doing some promo for their books, but also some promos for the stream, because they'll shout us out in response. It also gives you guys a chance to talk to other authors, get some information, have a look at what their books are.
If you're writing, it'll be a good way of getting some sort of, you know, see how other people are doing writing, which is great.
Yes. One of them, I'm hoping is going to say yes, is actually a somewhat friend that I worked on her book with her. It's actually got a little bit bigger than I think we were both expecting it to get. So I'm going to keep that one stum for now. So that's your little hintiness.
But you've had
we'll
an individual reach out to review a book, haven't you?
I have. Yep, I've been asked to review a book that I did post in the Discord about the other day. Because our social presence is actually getting a bit of notice, which is nice. Because obviously, the more notice we get, the more we can do, the more people we can bring in, the more that happens. So, yeah, exciting. Also, obviously, the goal at the moment is to get the social media doing well, because social media doing well means monetization. Monetization means more money in the pot. More money in the pot means more stuff for you guys. So yeah.
Obviously, you can help with that by liking and sharing all the posts, and commenting and playing the algorithm a bit.
Absolutely. Likes, shares, comments are always fantastic.
Watch the ad break.
Yeah, watch the ad breaks on Twitch.
Yeah. Plug our stuff.
Flog a dead horse.
I turned off the ad blocker I had for Twitch, just so I could watch the ads.
The ads is actually annoying as crap, because I'd have to, for it to actually be anywhere near worthwhile as a full form of income on its own, we'd have to stream for like 8 hours and run ads every 30 minutes. They really pay you pennies. I think we had 10 people watch the ad last week, and we got 11 cents.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Profits.
You're like, wow, thank you. We're also in the middle of a hype train, guys. Thank you. What the frick happened? Oh,
reached your
people
bit goal.
started
Hearing.
bitsing.
Yes?
They reached their bits goal. Crackerjacks. I need to actually be, somewhere on this planet today would help. But, right, so, book of the month. From what I've gathered from you all, been a really major letdown.
Wait.
Ramotra has asked to come and voice
That would
their
be Ame, I think.
Yeah.
thoughts and feelings.
Ame wants to come and rant, please. Please come rant.
Please and thank you.
We
Alrighty.
approve of ranting.
Hey.
I'm like
Yeah.
in a Monster Hunt cutscene, so if my train of thought goes away, but
3, 2, 1, go.
just forgive me on that. Okay, so it was began okay, but like all of the pacing stuff felt like they were trying to build an anticipation that wasn't there, and repeating the same bait felt very, for lack of better terms, clickbaity.
Okay.
And most of my major complaints was nothing was really happening. Like they had potential for all these great like character relations, but because the main character was so far up their own ass, that there was actually nothing happening. And the character being a sort of like logistics or language prodigy was
Linguist.
thank you. So underwhelming in what she actually accomplished that it felt like an aspect of the book that was like the headliner wasn't even there. That'd be like seeing a movie trailer that says, "Hey, this actor is in our movie. Come see our movie," and then being there for like 2 frames.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't. Then the entire dynamic between the humans and dragons was very buried, I think, in their interactions. That like the closest thing that you got was I think the 2 guard dragons that I can't remember what their names are, and when she gets to talk to them, they're like, "Hey, no, that is something that's special and unique to us." When she's trying to figure out like what their echolocation equivalent coding was,
And then
and
the
I'm
other
just
dragon does them all.
yeah, and the other dragon who is just like goes and spills it all like it's whatever.
Hi,
And I was like,
Haley.
I thought it was important. What happened? And just like by the end of the book, the only characters I cared about was the cousin and Atlas, because Atlas was actually like trying to promote change while inside of everything.
Yes.
And it's like
Agreed.
the character for if you care about spoilers now, plug your ears and go blah 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 blah. But Atlas being like, I'm gonna go back and help them, and then dying not even a paragraph later with no build up, no actual
my God.
interaction or anything. He was just like, I'm gonna go help them, and then was dead. Like the main character turns around and he's dead, and I'm like, what?
Immediately fucking died. Immediately fucking died.
And it's like there was no like emotional impact to this either, because he's a priest in training, and he keeps being like, romance, no romance, romance, no romance, romance, no romance, and then just fucking off. And
Priests would even care. Like, what does it matter?
right, I'm like, you're what the fuck is happening? And so in the end, it felt like it wasn't finished. Like in just from a writer's standpoint, my first draft was 50k words for book 1, and it became 150k words when I was done editing. It felt like this was the first draft, and they're just getting the beats down of how they wanted everything to go, and then they're like, well, I don't want to do this again, so that's good enough. And like sent it out. I was like, I didn't feel anything about her betraying her friend by cheating on a test because she was tricked and blackmailed-esque to do it. I felt absolutely nothing about her relationship with her cousin, other than the fact that her cousin is a fucking amazing and like the only good thing about the entire book. There was no like actual built romantic tension in the slightest, other than just teen angst being like, I can't, drama, hand to forehead. And like even the best friend who was like, yeah, I got like my life was ruined and everything, and you ruined my life, had like no impact, no punch to them having the realization that the main character was the reason. It felt unfinished.
It was like
That's my
almost
rant.
immediately forgiven as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I think she was mad for in the book for like 3 days or some shit like that, and then finally was like, no, you know what? It's not worth it. And then the ball scene, there was a random Christmas ball, and it was like, oh, it's a show of power. I was like, to who? You're in war.
You're all hiding, and now you're all like, oh yeah, we're going to have a ball.
No one knows where we are, but we're having a ball, so all of the important people can know where we are now. What? Why? So, okay, that's my rant. I'm going to chat with my husband and
Fair
listening
enough.
on stream. Okay,
That was all my
bye.
rant, too.
Ethan's bye.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not been the best book choice.
So then, okay,
No.
so
It's such
the
a
question then
shame,
is
honestly, because it was.
if you could. Oh, go on.
I was just saying it's such a shame, honestly, because it was like so many of us were so excited for it.
So obviously, the next question is then for like yourself who did read it on, what would you do to improve it? Like, what beats would you change, or what would
Apparently
you
all of
add
it.
in or take out? To like
Filling
not to make
holes
it
that
perfect.
were left out.
Just
Repeat
tuck it in
that,
the bin.
Hannah?
Obviously,
I said fill in all the holes and gaps that were left out. That way it's actually a full story.
but how would you fill them in? Like, what events would you have happen personally?
Probably more
That's-
character, like relations with other characters. And just more conflicts instead of her being like, oh, I did all these bad things, but let me go do more stuff. Oh no, I did a bad thing. Like, actually, where there's. I don't know how to put it, but.
Consequences?
Yes. Like, she has all these actions that she did, but there's really nothing, no consequences, nothing that basically reason why she did all this. There's really no point of it. Like, there's
It's
no
also like
conclusion.
she says like how bad she feels about everything and how awful she feels, and then turns around and just does it again. And
Exactly.
like one of the weirdest parts to me, I think, there was like a point in the book where it's like, yeah, she sees how shit the government is because she's been supportive of the government the whole time, and she sees how shit the government is, and then turns around and is like, yeah, but it's the government, so I'm still gonna follow them. And then suddenly at the end, it's like, oh no, wait, I'm just gonna change it around at the last second because yeah, they're not that good after all. It just felt like those choices and like what what's it called? Ami said. I think it would have been great if it was just more stretched, like in 2 books or something, where you can really build up stuff and really explain stuff. It could have been good. The concept was great. It's just the execution was awful.
Yes.
Keris has given us a writing challenge, which is the
No.
Bookwyrm's Lair fixes a language of dragons, which I have now made this week's Dragon Quest.
So that's the Dragon Quest.
So, yep. You
Completely
guys get
unrelated
to
to
fix,
the writing challenge.
You get to
right?
fix a language of dragons for next week.
Oh. No thanks.
There is no thanks. You are a book dragon, you do your homework, or you'll get book detention.
I'd
Wait,
rather take book
wait.
detention.
Wait,
It's
what
worth
is
it for
book
this book.
detention?
It means I'm going to sit there for an hour and hit you with a book
Oh,
of my choice,
Yeah, that's
which is
preferred.
probably
That's
going to be
preferred.
the 20th century encyclopedia.
I am ready.
That's a big ass book, by the way.
I'll take that over fixing this book. There are too many
Yes.
problems.
Don't even give it to me.
Really not well received then. Jesus.
No, really
Fixing
not.
that book means I would have to actually write a book.
No, you can give
Yes,
me bullet points.
Okay.
So what are reviews saying then of it? Like actual published reviews and everything?
They're saying it's fantastic.
Is
Really?
reads. No, let's have a look.
Let me see.
Goodreads tends to be a little bit more honest. It was massively pushed by the publishers, I will say that. It has an average rating of 3.86. So, not
I know
as
what Quill and
good
Clear
as I
is.
thought it was going to be. One of them
That's what I was
literally
thinking.
says, "My best friend wrote this book, and she's the most talented person I know, so obviously it'll be the best book you've ever read."
I feel bad for her. That's the most talented person she knows. No, I'm just
Perfect for
joking.
fans of fourth edition.
Ouch!
The very next comment.
But I saw a review, which I think that what I was thinking about as well is like they're really trying hard to be like the Enigma, with this like, oh, the code breaking in the middle of war, and this is very interesting, but they just completely miss it.
Yeah, one of them just said, "This book made me realise how similar real life in the US is to a fantasy novel right now."
Oh,
I think there was
read
a
that
lot of
review.
those actually.
Yeah, I do think that the mileage on this is going to vary, especially for those who got into this book forgetting that it's a YA. Someone said it's Babel meets Fourth Wing, and I really struggled with Babel, so that says a lot.
I don't know
I didn't
Babel.
finish Babel.
No, I don't even think I finished it.
I think I got like a third into it, and just it was not interesting to me.
We have a review here that says, "Sadly, I did not like this as I hoped I would. This was done as an arc in exchange for an honest review." They said, "Let's start off on a good note and mention what I did like. The plot. It was quite unputdownable and intriguing. However, let's look into how this book is advertised, what it promises, and see if it delivers. A sweeping fantasy. Yes. Incredible dark academia setting. Not really. Slow burn enemies to lovers. No, not even close. Unputdownable story.
That's what it promised?
Yes. Twists and turns. Betrayals and secret identities. Not really. My main problem with this book was the insufferable female main character. She was ignorant, selfish, and blinded by privilege. Her actions were horrible and made me so mad that I simply did not make this a good reading experience at all. The fact it took the entire book, and I'm talking 90% of it, for her to realise her wrongs is insane to me. If there is a sequel to this, it has the potential for the best character development I have ever seen. I know the author intentionally made her insufferable, so props to her for bringing this anger out of me." The other thing I did not enjoy at all was the romance. The book promises slow burn enemies to lovers. Slow burn where? Enemies where? Lovers where? The FMC and MMC start off as strangers, take one look at each other, and the next they're interested. Can't even call it insta-love because there were barely any interactions at all. I felt no connection between them whatsoever. I was hoping for a jaw-dropping ending based on a few things I saw, but frankly I didn't care at all when it happened and was relieved I reached the end. Well,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I think we always knew going into this that the joy of putting 10 books up for suggestion and then picking one is that a lot of the times we're going to pick books based on something that we've seen and gone, that looks good, I think I might enjoy that, which is exactly what happened to me with this book. It was promised to me as a book that was going to be exceptional.
Yeah. I learned that I am
think
not recommending books I haven't read. Again.
I think it's good exposure though, because it helps you find out what you like, what you don't like, and it actually will, one of the best things you can do is look at what bad stuff out there is, so that you can avoid, if you do write in your own capacity, you can avoid doing the shit that they do.
So on top of that, I don't want to be a 5-star book club. I don't want every month for us to just be like, "Oh, it was amazing, it was amazing, it was amazing. Yeah, I love this, I love this, I love this." Next.
Lanky,
"Oh, it was
you are
amazing,
slightly
amazing,
breathing down your
amazing.
mic.
I love this, I love this, I love this." Next. I want to have a good mush of different books, stuff we like, stuff we don't. There's going to be months where 50% of us are going to adore the book, 50% of us are going to hate it. And I think last month actually was a good shout for that one, because there were a lot of people that were like, I really didn't enjoy this, or I DNF'd it, or, you know, I just really slogged through it. And then there were others that were like, actually, I loved it. And this month, obviously, the outpouring so far has been bad. So hopefully, next month is going to be a blinder. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's definitely good to read some bad books in between.
Eli,
I
I'm
think it
so
also
glad you
cleanses
noticed.
it cleanses the palate a bit.
Yeah, it gives you perspective on other books. Like, if I had read this after, for example, Fourth Wing, it would have been a very different experience than reading it before.
Absolutely fine. I know quite a lot of people who very rarely give out 5 stars. I work on my own rating system. So there are, for me, enough reasons to go, like, did I read this in, like, as close to one sitting because I just couldn't put it down? And would I read it again and again and again? And did I, like, even when I hated the characters, did I love the characters? Did I really enjoy the story? Do I want to talk to people about it? That sort of thing will that will put me in a 5 star. But I understand that's not the same for everyone.
So for me, I did not enjoy the book until literally the last 80% of the book. That's when I was finally like, yes, this dumbass is like finally gonna do the right thing. She's realized, like, it was so much building and building and building, only to, again, when things finally started happening, it was such a letdown. It was like, wow, that was it. Like, and I cried when Atlas died because holy shit, you know, I thought he was going to be this big, huge, massive part of the rebellion. Ralph? Fucking Ralph? So
I said this
devastated.
earlier. I would already plan to read the book. I am still going to read the book, but more specifically, I'm going to read it now because I want to see how bad it is. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone get told that a book is absolutely awful and then go, now I have to read it just to see quite how awful it is?
Yes.
You have to have the experience.
I just want to. Yeah, oh yeah. Movies is a funny one for me because I think there are 3 types of bad movies. There are like truly terrible, never should have been made. There are so bad they're good. And then there's just, it was alright.
Also, on the note of Ralph, there's enemies to lovers, and then it's abuser to
Oh, we got Stockholm syndrome.
whatever.
Like you were awful, but you're kind of growing on me now.
So out of those 3 alternatives for movies, because I kind of sort of feel books have some. I think you could apply that to books as well. But the worst one for me is the third. That it was kind of alright.
Apathy in media, whether it is books or movies or music or whatever. If you just come away from it just being like, okay,
The worst thing
I have
for me
experienced
is
that, and that's all I can say about it.
the worst thing for me is when you get a media recommendation. Let's just broaden it, and they're like, "This is good. This was enjoyable. I really like this." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And you walk into it, and it's the blandest shit you've ever seen. And I have one movie where I have literally I watched it just because I got a recommendation, turned to Une and went, I have literally wasted my time. I could have watched
there's
paint
nothing
dry
worse
and
than here's X amount of hours of my life I'm not going to get back.
yeah, I could literally have watched paint dry and I would have had more of an enjoyable time. This was just meh.
But
I had a question though.
Yo.
What is a likable, unlikable character? Like how do
Likeable
you
villain.
hit? No. But how do you hit that? Because obviously I know what a likable, unlikable character is, but how do you? How does one, as an author, actually make those? Just
I think there's a
like
mix of ways you can do it.
characteristics are we looking for?
For me, it's
As
a villain
readers.
that makes sense. A villain that I actually can't.
Disagree with.
Yeah, like,
or
and
even if you don't
I'm
agree with them, you can at least understand why they're doing what they're
I'm
doing.
I'm going to break the rule of book club.
Yes, I
Yes.
sorry, I knew
Emmett,
what.
Emmett's no, I'm sorry, Emmett Selk.
Emmett Felk's not a villain,
He
and I will die on this hill.
no, he is.
No,
He isn't in the end.
No,
he isn't in
at
the
all.
end.
Nope.
But at the end of Shadowbringers, he very
Nope.
much is.
Nope.
He has lived for he goes, like one of his quotes is, I have lived for 1,000 lifetimes, and after
He's
all
talking
of that
about
I
Final
have
Fantasy 14.
yes,
by the
I'm
way.
talking about Final Fantasy 14.
Ah.
The entire thing is like I come from this, like I come from before that you were split into these like imperfect beings, and in order to bring back the people I love, my family and friends, the people that I've lost, I need to essentially commit mass genocide of all of these different reflections of the worlds to form the one world again. And he's like, I have lived 1,000 lifetimes. I have lived among you. I've died among you. I've had children. I've lost. I've loved the lot. And in every instance, I have found you wanting. I found you like you can't measure up to what I had before.
It is
And so I'm doing this
basically,
to bring back what I miss and what I love. And
for anyone
you're
who's
like,
not played Final Fantasy 14 but has watched A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger in it, it is essentially Rufus Sewell saying, "You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting."
Yeah.
and he even gives you the worst thing is he even gives you the chance to like prove yourself. He goes like, I will help you. I will accompany you on this journey, and I'm going to watch you and how you deal with all these things. And I'm going to observe you. I'm going to observe the other people around you, and
Also, on top
I'm
of that,
going
he's
to make my
super
judgment.
sassy. Like, he does the
Oh
sassy
yeah,
little, I
he's
don't look back at you while I wave over my head. He's so
and the wave
sassy.
is kind of flippant and dismissive.
Yeah,
It's
no,
he's
he's
an
not a villain.
incredibly
He's
well built.
awesome.
He's an incredibly well built character. Like he's an incredible character. But there's this whole thing of like, I'm going to give you support here. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to give you the chance to prove why you should exist over my people. And if you don't meet the expectations and you can't prove that to me, then I'm going to continue to do what I do. And I'm not doing it because I hate you. I'm doing it because I have people I love that I miss. And that's basic. And you're like, I can't disagree with that. This is not good and evil. This is just person to person. There's mass genocides involved, sure, but yeah, for the right
To
reasons.
go back to the question, though,
Mhm.
Ame has said, I don't have an example, but a character who is a villain or an anti-hero who is fighting for a cause that is believed with such a portrayed passion that you feel bad when they fail.
That's exactly it.
I think
That's a good one.
but I also think another way that you can make characters unlikable but likable is to make side characters assholes. Like,
Also,
not
just purely in comparison, they're better.
no,
Dr.
just
Doofenshmirtz first. Honestly,
not
yes.
evil, but just an asshole. Like, they'll still help out, they'll still do things, but they're just an asshole the entire time. And so you're like, I shouldn't like you, but I kind of like you.
I kind of need to address Teeny Borg here because Dr. Doofenshmirtz is the fucking prime example.
Teeny Borg,
He
by
is
the way, is
such a...
Tarn.
It's Tab. It's
Yeah,
Tab.
it's me.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
it's me.
What?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
the third week.
Oh my god.
Sigh. The third week.
I don't do well with names. I do well with faces, and I don't know what the fuck any of you look like, so it's fine.
I mean, I hope you know what I
Careful,
look
I
like.
thought maybe.
I think so.
I feel like you should have seen me on video enough
No,
time by
okay.
now.
Anyway,
Also, you know what?
Just being a
Doofenshmirtz is one.
douchebag.
Doofenshmirtz
Lady
is one
K's
of the
picture
best.
is literally her face, so you've
Yeah.
shot yourself in the foot here.
I
Ooh.
don't look at people's profiles.
Seems like a very,
The fuck
very
has the
big you
time?
problem here.
Yeah, this is all sounding like a
Anyway.
you problem.
Doofenshmirtz is one of the best dads in the world. Let's talk about that. He's fucking great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a great dad.
He's oh my god, Doofenshmirtz. He just makes inventions to take over the world. That's it. He's actually a cool dude.
Who the fuck is context?
Like
They're
Kindly.
talking
Phineas and
about
Ferb.
They're talking about
Phineas
Phineas
and
You
and
don't know who
Ferb.
Dr.
You know the
Doofenshmirtz is?
guy and Perry the Platypus?
No, no,
It's
I
a
don't
kids'
He
TV
know.
doesn't.
show.
A platypus? Bury the platypus?
Okay,
no.
I know of Perry the Platypus. Yes.
Okay,
I
the
I
bad
think it's from
guy I
Phineas and
say
Ferb.
in yes, it is from Phineas and Ferb, but the bad guy,
Okay.
which I put in air quotes, is Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and he's like a mad scientist.
He makes a lot of innators.
I
But he
just
has
looked at
the
the beef chat.
Wait, was this on?
metaphoric
Was this on Cartoon Network? Can
No,
No.
Nickelodeon.
this is
what was
No,
Disney.
it's Disney.
on?
It's Disney. It was Disney, wasn't it?
This is Disney.
Yes, Disney.
So
How
that
the-
one of the channels you did have
One
actually.
of the channels I watched. So
Yeah.
what the fuck is going
I
on?
think
Anyway,
that you and
moving on.
I are a tad too old for it. Because it was, I don't remember it coming out until I
Okay,
was older.
let me put it
No,
this way.
no, actually,
It was
we
on
are
T-
so
okay,
the first
technically
episode. Hang
too
on.
old
The
for it.
first episode came out in 2009.
Yeah,
So
no, let's
I was
talk about
15.
this. I watched this getting ready for primary school on
Yes,
a morning.
because you are a child.
Yes.
For the
And
adults
also,
in the room,
I know it
Do you
because
not know? Do
my
you not
friend
realize
at the
that
time,
I'm like mid-20s?
brothers loved
No?
it, and we
Yeah.
babysat him.
yeah.
I'm
Stick
mid-20s.
around, he'll rub it in my face at least 3 more times today.
Yeah.
Me too.
Ari's essentially cradle robbing. It's fine.
Cradle robbing.
Yikes.
My
Oh,
god.
yeah,
Oh
it's
my fucking!
Fuck
And we're back.
you.
We're back on this
Flip
again.
it.
Either way, so
Flip it.
okay. Ame asked, "Do we know Dragon Age Origins?" Now, Sarah isn't here, but yeah, I know Dragon Age Origins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yes.
just sigh.
What do you wanna?
No, I came into the Dragon Age series at 2.
Oh my god, Valkyrie's another youngin.
I was 7 in 2009. Oh, but I would have been
Nearly
8.
10.
Yeah. No.
Nearly 10. You were
21.
born in 99.
Yeah, nearly 10. Yeah, nearly 10. I'm getting confused.
I
My
was-
brain is not mathing.
I was 15.
2009, I was.
I was
14.
21.
No, we worked it out when Ari was 18. I was
Yeah.
11.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah,
I
okay.
was
I remember
14
Alistair.
or 15.
Yeah, this
okay,
is it
so-
now. How old was everyone in 2009? This is
14,
the
15.
Yeah, I was 15.
21.
Which
Depends
means
when.
I'm
2009.
22 then?
Yeah,
Yes.
2009,
Okay.
I would have been 9 or 10.
It's the year before my mom died. It's the year we started fooling around. A year before we went off Facebook official.
It is a year before I had my oldest. Scary. Yeah, my
Huh?
daughter was born in 2010 as well.
Oh, yeah, I forget that there's like 11 years, 12 years, 11 years difference between me and our oldest.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
You two are in the same generation as well.
Yeah, that's a weird one for me.
Fucking Gen Zs.
I'm a stepdad for
Aw.
reference.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
No, but okay. Ame, I
Yeah, I haven't been to
I know the
jail,
character,
so-
and yeah, I had the same thing where like he's a whiny bitch, but he's a likable whiny bitch. We are talking about Alistair from Dragon Age.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
I remember him. I haven't played Dragon Age in a very, very, very long time.
It's the first Great Warden knight dude
Yeah,
you
that
get
no,
in
Yeah.
your
not
party.
adding anything to my memory.
I'm
Okay, never
I'll
mind.
just find a
Have
picture
you
of it,
have
don't
you
worry.
seen that the just quick gaming news? Have you seen that the director for the Veil Guard is now running this Skeleton Key Studios, which is producing Baldur's Gate 4?
No.
Mm-hmm. People are very, very scared because Dragon Age flopped.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go desperately into that, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break because I need to throttle some children.
Mm-hmm.
And so adverts will pop up. If you could watch them, even if you just turn away from your computer for 3 minutes, that would be grand because every ad pays for pages.
Yes.
And we will be back in 5.
I don't think I've ever listened to the English one.
I shared in VC chat.
Are we back?
Jesus, that's a loud ad.
We are
Oh.
back.
Back again.
Oh, there you go. Noel has also never seen Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, he was also
Never seen it,
20
but
when it
do
was
you know
2009.
Doofenshmirtz? But do
I've
you know
seen it, and I
Doofenshmirtz?
was
That's the question.
nearly 16.
Ah, it's 4 years difference.
Oh yes, because he was
And
so
also,
much more mature
it's
than
all
I was.
taking place during a freaking summer break.
Summer
Yes.
vacation.
Did you know there's going to be a new season of Phineas and Ferb?
No.
Yes.
Ah,
Dan
that's good.
Grovenmeyer posted
Mom,
out
Phineas
that
and
they are working
Ferb.
on new songs.
Yes.
Are
So
they
It's when
hyped,
they're
getting
like,
bro.
Yeah, you just have to remember there was 104 days of summer vacation.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then school comes around just to end it.
Goddamn school.
So, what book are we reading next month?
Yeah, what are we reading next time? Drum roll, please.
I don't
Wow,
have a
you're
soundboard.
all rubbish. No, they're not one by default on Twitch. No.
Open account.
Oh, there we go. Thank
There we
you
go.
for the dum-tsh. We're going to be reading The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller.
Ooh.
Which one was that?
Want to give us an excerpt?
Well, I'm
Oh no,
going
that's
to.
part of the book.
I can
Okay.
read you the trigger warnings at the moment.
I can read you the about me. So, Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. Woo the Shadow King, marry him, kill him, and take his kingdom for herself. No one knows the extent of the freshly crowned Shadow King's powers. Some say he can command the shadows that swirl around him to do his bidding. Others say they speak to him, whispering the thoughts of his enemies. Regardless, Alessandra knows what she deserves, and she's going to do everything within her power to get it. But Alessandra is not the only one trying to kill the king. As attempts on his life are made, she finds herself trying to keep him alive long enough for him to make her his queen, even. All while struggling not to lose her heart. After all, who better for a Shadow King than a cunning, villainous queen? It is
It's like a
a
romantic
young
comedy.
adult romantasy, enemies to lovers, with magic.
It sounds like quite comedic, actually.
Yeah.
It would, to be fair, the idea of being like, I'm gonna kill this dude. Fuck it, will you lot stop trying to kill this dude? I'm trying to kill this dude. Is quite funny.
Exactly.
It's
It
hilarious.
sounds like it needs a really long anime isekai title.
I will
Is what I'm
say,
hearing.
Totally.
I
Up
try.
until-
I tried to overthrow the was it Shadow King? Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yeah.
tried to overthrow the Shadow King, but fell in love with him, and now I'm stuck. Like,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
the reviews are very mixed.
Oh dear.
Like
Well, that
literally,
seems to be
we
par for the
go
course
from
for us.
we go from 5 stars to 1 stars to 5 stars to 2 stars to 5 stars to 3 stars to 5 stars.
I mean,
Is that
I will
personal
say
preference?
one
you
of the
think?
5-star yes, I would say it's definitely personal preference. One of the 5-star reviews literally just says we need more Slytherin narrators in the world. Apparently, it is
Oh my
marketed
God.
as a Slytherin romance, which means I might actually read it this month because Hermione.
Oh, I will read.
But yes, so
Oh, 2.45 out of 5-star review. I wanted to love this book. I didn't love this book. I wanted to like this book. I didn't like this book. What can I say now? It was bland.
It was a book.
It had pages and words.
okay, but then I have one here. So I have one 5-star review here that says a book is worth 5 stars if I'm willing to sacrifice one of my favorite things, which is sleep. And I did. Then the following review is a 1-star that says 13-year-old me from Wattpad could have written a better villain on villain romance.
That's the one I'm looking at right now.
I gotta be honest, from the title alone, I
Then
don't
we
have a
have-
whole lot of
Then we have 4 stars. What is it about mutually horrible, morally questionable, murder-prone people falling in love that is utterly addicting? Any
They
other
never
thoughts?
found the body of the first and only boy who broke my heart, and they never will. It's a quote. Spoiler alert, they did, actually. And it didn't matter, because nothing in this book makes any sense.
Are we
Yes,
sure about our
one
vote,
woman
guys?
has done a video review of it and called it the worst books of 2020. It's quite
Ouch.
old then. Reason I thought it was new. No, it was February 25th, 2020. So, if it's terrible, it's 5 years ago's problem.
Blame COVID.
No,
We can
no,
still
it's
go
our
for the
problem
second.
now.
But we can blame COVID.
Yes, we can.
Are
That's
you,
true.
Tarn, are you hoping that
my God.
Phineas and Ferb will end up in the library? Because I can say that that's probably
No.
not going to happen.
The book of the month, it always ends
Oh, yeah,
up
the
in
book of the month is
library.
always in the library along with the
Of
audiobook.
course, I meant the fucking book of the month.
Yes,
you-
no, it
4
always.
You
and,
Grassy Knoll put, I've never seen Phineas and Ferb, and you said, I'm hoping it'll end up in the library. To me,
I think
I'm
we
means
should
sorry,
you
I think we
wanted
should put
Phineas and
Ferb
Ferb in the library. I
I
can't
think
put
we should
videos,
put
I'm
it-
afraid. I could do an audio-only version of Phineas and Ferb, but...
There.
But this review, 4.5 stars.
But
Although
yes,
I'm too
as
much of a
default.
Hufflepuff to
Sorry,
be
carry on.
Alessandra, or to even have the guts to do half the things she did in this book, the shadows between us wooed me in all its slithering glory.
Yeah, the fact that it's being marketed as a Slytherin romance is making me actually more excited, even if it's terrible.
Yeah, same.
I've got to add this one though. This was so bad, laughing my fucking ass off. I feel like the main character was a Walmart Jude Duarte. Wow. Like,
This
imagine
one-star
calling
review.
someone a
Catherine from Vampire
Walmart
Diaries got
version
a
of
love
someone.
story. I feel this would be it.
What
Again.
a profoundly silly story. The best part was chapter 1, after which it was all downhill.
And yet this one, quick stats. Overall, 5 out of 5 stars. Characters, 5 out of 5. Setting, 4 out of 5. Writing, 5 out of 5. Plot and themes, 5 out of 5. Awesomeness factor, 5 out of 5. The Shadows Between Us is a fun, addictive novel that lived up to all of my expectations, and more. A feat I worried would be impossible.
When was that review posted?
March 10th,
Of this year or of 2020?
2021. I don't think any of these reviews are new. Oh no, there's one in 2024.
There's one from 2025, February 12th.
These set by...
Which
oh
is,
yes, I've got January 12th, 2025 as well.
It's
sorry,
it's a 4.5.
the review from January 12th of this year is from the author.
Oh shit.
Oh,
my God.
Is she apologizing?
No, it just went in for its 11th print run.
Wow.
Doing well somewhere.
no, but okay. So here's a thing I've kind of wanted for reviews, especially book reviews, for ages, and it's for the reviewers to put their age.
That would be, yeah, I think that would be good because I noticed that with yeah, I noticed that a lot with a couple of books I've read recently where 18 to 25s were saying one thing, but the 30 and above crowd were saying something entirely different. And I do wonder if it is purely you're in a different point in your life, so you see things in a different way.
Probably also the second book in this series came out in July 2024,
They're standalone.
supposedly.
Are they both standalones then?
Maybe you should add a
Well, I
tab
mean,
for
this is
age in our
Shadows
reviews.
Between Us #1.
Because
I
several
just finished
reviews
edits
says
on this new standalone fantasy romance. Can't wait for you all to read
Oh.
it. We should have a cover soon. At last, we have a cover. The Slytherin romance is hitting shelves on February 25th. You can read the first chapter here. I'm so excited that ARCs have started circulating for this book. Just want to highlight again that I pitched this as my Slytherin romance. My characters have unapologetically questionable morals. Don't expect them to change. It is who they are. And this book is more romance heavy rather than action heavy, like the rest of my books. There's nothing more disappointing than having unfulfilled expectations where an anticipated reader is concerned. So I'm hoping this aids in helping readers decide if this is the kind of book for them. If you want to read about bad people getting away with doing bad things while still being somewhat likable and maybe falling in love, this might be the book for you. There is still some action and lots of political intrigue. Hope this helps.
The second book is
it standalone in the same universe?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's not a series, it's a collection. What's the word I was looking for? Yeah, because it's different cat. Oh no. Oh no, it's about her sister. Second book is about her sister.
Yeah, her big sister.
Chrysantha. That's stupid.
Yeah, my fault, exactly.
Sounds like she wants her name to be Chrysanthemum, but couldn't be asked to continue writing it.
Or figure out how it was spelled.
Probably. Could be that. Apologies to anyone who is also called Chrysantha. And no, unfortunately, we can't change the vote now.
I'm kind of looking forward to reading this book. After my DNF earlier today, I started reading another book, which I am now halfway through. So apparently I can read contemporary romance right now. So we'll see how this goes.
To be fair, it can't be worse than Quicksilver for you.
Just to go through the votes. So Shadow Between Us got 13. Feybound got 10. The Stars Are Dying got 9, as did The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm sad about that, by the way. I was really hoping you're all going to pick Lord of the Rings this month.
We can pick that as the book to read over the year.
Watermoon came a win with 8 votes. Warlock Holmes was 6. Fantasy Lover was 6. Blood Rights got 5. Six Gun Tarot got 4. And Aeronaut's Windlass got 2.
Do we get to know who suggests this book in case it's really bad? We can shame them publicly.
I mean, it's literally in the book of the month 2025 because people put in suggestions. But we wouldn't do that to Hannah because that would be mean.
Have you sight?
Fucking hell.
By the way, the reason that they're making stupid noises right now is because Sai has just said, when book girlies don't orgasm, do they call it a DNF?
Where did he say that?
In our
DM'd it.
TM'd it.
Private chat.
Oh. Okay.
Which is why I'm calling it out, because you don't get to send shit like that privately while we're in stream. You get it in front of the masses.
Oh my fucking... That's why I made such a odd sound.
I know, I thought it was funny that you both
Alrighty.
started making very audible. You were being both so audible about it, and I'm like, people are going to start asking, why are you suddenly like, clutching your pearls?
I got hungry and needed to leave my post to go to the shop. And I was like, I don't know if this is something I can say
The minute
live
I
on stream.
heard that you were outside, I knew you were going for snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, my child ate my snacks.
It's been a long weekend, and
I was
I
going to say eat
don't
a
know why I
child,
was
but
sugar
don't
free.
eat a child.
But no, it was one of those things I was like, I don't know if I can actually say this on stream or if I'm going to upset someone by saying this. So I'm going to put it here and let the others sense check it first.
You could say
It's one of those
anything
things
here.
of like,
I like
Jude
how
was just
this...
like, I did add it to my like, I DNF, and I was like, huh, I just realised that. Do you rate your partners and just like, yeah, DNF this one?
I mean, I'm going to start doing that, I think. Start giving you a star score and a spice score.
Every evening, I was like, how was the data spice?
But yeah, if the book of the month that has been chosen is not something that you are going to enjoy, and you know that prior, because I know that we do have some readers that don't like books that have spice in them and things like that. If it's not something you're going to enjoy, please feel free to read one of the other books that were on the poll for this month, and then
Wasn't
we'll
there
grab your.
one? Wasn't there one? I feel like it was water related, but I can't remember the fucking
Watermoon.
title.
Watermoon?
Watermoon
Yeah.
is lovely.
It
I
sounds
wanna,
good.
I
It's
wanted
also
to read
it's
that.
very cozy.
Mhm.
There is some romance, but there's no spice, and it's based a lot on Japanese mythology. I
Yeah,
got it
which is why
in
I wanted to
the
read it.
I got it in one of my Luma crates, and I got the blanket
Was
that
it
goes with it, and
wasn't it
is
Filipino
beautiful.
folklore? That's what the blurb said.
The blurb said
Filipino?
that, but the tags said Japanese.
I'm gonna get it now.
Okay,
Hang
yeah,
on, bear with
because
me a moment.
But it looked really cute. I was like, this I want to read. This seems cute.
I mean, it takes
Yeah.
place in Tokyo.
Yeah, which is why I now went like, wait, but the thing said Filipino.
Let's
Had
have a
it
look.
said Japanese, I made it.
Well, she is Filipino, the author, so I'm assuming it's going to be Filipino folklore.
It's based in Japan because it's set in Tokyo. I think it has both, actually. A mix of Japanese
okay.
and Filipino folklore and mythology. I do like that it says Samantha Soto Iambao is a professional daydreamer, aspiring time traveler, and speculative fiction writer based in Manila.
Now I have to read that one.
It is her UK
looks so good.
debut, Watermoon. But yeah, I got it as a it was one of my Luma crates.
Awesome.
And it's the book I've got is absolutely stunning. But I'm trying to make sure that we at least have one cozy fantasy each month in the list. So technically, I suppose you could say that Fellowship of the Ring is cozy fantasy.
Cozy?
Fellowship is.
I haven't read it, so I'll have to believe you.
Until the end. It's cozy most of the way.
Well,
and then the
mid
end.
has some less cozy parts.
So it was cozy mainly up until Boromir.
I was going to say Rivendell.
Rivendell's very cozy.
No, Rivendell is cozy. The Attack on the Hill scene right before that isn't super cozy. Like it has elements of
Mines of Moria comes afterwards, doesn't it? Is Mines of Moria before or after? No, it's after. That's before Boromir.
Boromir is Rivendell, isn't it?
No, Boromir's at the end.
No, the Boromir bit at the end is incredibly uncozy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it would be cozy up until trying to cross the mountains, end up in the Mines of Moria. That's where the coziness would end. I think. Roughly.
Because
Anyway,
right before Rivendell,
it starts very cozy. There are hobbits in hobbit holes, and it's very cute.
Yeah, no, that is. Right before they arrive in Rivendell, they get attacked
Dead, death. That one. Words are hard. Yeah, no, it's not cozy, but I just, yeah.
Yeah, no, but the beginning is very cozy, and up until they get attacked by the hill right before they arrive in Rivendell, and Frodo gets stabbed.
Yeah.
That part isn't cozy, but then they
yeah.
reach Rivendell, and then it's cozy
it's like
again.
Cozy, briefly uncozy, cozy again. Okay, not cozy.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's yo-yo cozy.
Yeah.
Yo-yo cozy.
My new.
Sure.
Well, that's a new term.
This is my new subgenre. Yo-yo cozy.
I mean, there's probably a lot of books that could go
no
under
one
that.
can hear anyone talking when bloody Pedro goes off.
No.
Only reason I hear anyone is because I have the stream on a low volume, so Pedro doesn't.
I
Yeah,
turn
Deafen
but
me.
off stream
if
volume because
I
if I hear
turn
bubbles,
down
I go insane.
if I turn down OBS, it turns it down for everybody. And if I mute OBS,
Yes, I know.
we get muted. So I have to listen to it at full volume, and it is quite loud. I needed to ask Furby a question. He's not here. I was going to ask him if I'd fixed the volume issues because he kept saying that you lot would like deafening. I can't speak today. Good gravy. Deafeningly loud.
So I feel like you sound better these last couple of weeks,
Yeah, I've
but
turned.
that's me.
I've minused your decibel level by 9.8. And that seems to have been okay. No one has said between last week and this week that you guys are so much louder than me. So,
I think
I hope for the
everyone's
best.
very easy to hear.
So yeah, as I was saying, if you find that the book that is one book of the month is something that you're not going. Okay, thank you, Jeannie. I had to have it on full blast to be able to hear me, and then went deaf the minute anyone else spoke. Sounds about right. That's like watching TV and then the adverts come on.
Oh yeah.
I swear that's an age thing. I don't think they were that loud when I was a kid. But now, I turn the TV up to hear anything. The minute the adverts come on, it's like being in the bloody cinema.
Yep.
I just realized I've been muted the entire time I've been trying to say I've been back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
What'd you get?
I got Frutella and some Twixes.
Oh, nice.
But no, there is a massive issue with like sound design in like a lot of TV shows and films where shit is either way too quiet or way too loud in
Or
like the
dark.
same 5 minutes.
No,
God,
or
I hate that so
dark.
much.
Why is everything so dark?
So black.
Yes.
I guess it's because the only thing I can think of with the color quality is they're expecting you to they have to do it for certain definitions of TV now that
No,
like
see,
4K and OLED
no,
TVs are coming out.
No, somebody said, oh, it's because they're made for cinema release first, and that's why they tend to have like cinema editions and then TV editions, and that's fine. Except I watched the film, not I say recently, but I have ADHD, so recently is any time in the last 5 years, relatively recently in the cinema, and it was so dark you couldn't fucking see it there either. And then I thought, well, maybe it was made more for television, and then tried to watch it on the TV and still can't see shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is just a blind scene, is it?
But yeah, I find a lot of streaming services really struggle to balance audio properly.
Netflix is awful with that.
Yeah,
Disney Plus is particularly bad.
that and Netflix is just in general of like we're gonna start a show, but the audio's going to be delayed by like 10 seconds to the actual
Yeah, Netflix is bad
subtitles.
for not
Because we have
refreshing
ADHD,
correctly.
we can't watch TV without subtitles.
I can't hear the TV if the subtitles aren't on.
Don't tell
No,
me
I
that's an
can't hear the
ADHD
TV.
thing.
Yeah, no, it is. It
That
is.
shouldn't be a thing, but it absolutely is a thing. I cannot hear the TV unless the subtitles are on.
Yeah, me neither.
But
I didn't know this
no,
until I met Ari, and then she was like, "Have you tried watching the TV with subtitles on?" And I was like,
No, that's because
well,
you
no,
listen
because
to
I-
everything
hear
at a
what they're saying.
deafeningly loud level. I'll put the TV
Yes,
on and I'll
because if
have
I-
it at like 10. And I'm like, this is fine. I can hear what people are saying. I've got the subtitles so I can
Yes,
read along with
because
them.
the
And this
world
is fine.
around
He comes
me
in and
is
puts
so
it on at
infinitely
30.
because
I'm
the
like,
world
excuse me?
around me is so
Do you need your
infinitely loud.
neighbors to hear you?
No, the
The whole
world.
street can tell what we're
I
watching.
I can hear the fucking lights buzzing. I can hear the fucking
same.
shit outside. Like there is so many auditory triggers that I can't focus unless the TV drowns everything out. The same with music. I have music, and I probably actually damaged my like hearing because of how loud I listen to music. But I have to because if I'm out on the street, I'm in the shops or something, and I don't have it on max, I can hear the beeping of the tills and the squeaking of people, like of the wheels of the shopping carts and shit. And I'm just like, can't do it. I have to drown everything out with one singular sound. That's why that is. But yeah, like the other thing was I also watched I watched subbed anime, so I listened with subtitles, and then came to try and watch TV. Was like I can hear noise and see their mouths moving, but I understand nothing of what's going on. And
I
then you
wish
were like,
there
"Try."
was subtitles in real life, because I have that as well, but also in real life when someone's talking to me.
I will say subtitles are absolutely hilarious when they're describing like sounds and things.
Oh, closed captions? Yeah.
I love
Just that no,
CC
just
so much.
like like the yeah, bird
Oh,
squawk ominously, and I'm like, the fuck
Yeah.
does that mean?
no.
Oh
How
no!
does
Oh
somebody
no!
who
No,
is
we
No, wait,
love.
wait,
how
wait.
is
My favorite one, and I think it was in an anime I watched recently, is overly dramatic music.
yes,
Yeah, those are great.
And that was just,
No, we
okay.
I can't remember what we were watching, but we were watching something recently, and it just took the cake because it was so specific. Like it would
Mhm.
just be like violin music, and then it would really specifically say, like melancholic, thoughtful music plays, and you were like, "Sorry, why?
Come again, Seva.
What is going on? Like it's a scene change. Why are we melancholic now?" And then
But
nothing
also,
matched it.
what the
I don't know who was having fun writing out the bloody subtitles because what they were saying the music was didn't match the
but
scene.
also, what the fuck does melancholic, thoughtful music sound like to a deaf person?
No, I was
Like,
that is the bit I
I'm
find.
really curious.
So I'm partially deaf, and
Don't know.
for a small period of my life was completely deaf. And it is such a funny thing because if you have been deaf your entire life, someone saying to you, melancholic music starts playing, means fuck all.
No, that's
Like,
it. It's when
sweet
when they're
fuck
like
all.
suspenseful music, and it's like, oh yeah, prepare yourself to be scared by the words.
Just like, okay. Like, be jump scared by text. Absolutely. Again, with things like suspenseful and stuff like that, you can kind of get a feeling, especially with like the vibrations of music, you can get a feeling for something like that. But when it's very specific, like introspective music, I'm sorry? What do you mean introspective? This is the music of someone who is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Really? What does that sound like? Because I think my thinking music and your thinking music are probably going to be very, very different things.
I still think it's
Sherlock,
absolutely what I
the
still think it's absolutely wild that someone who is dyslexic reads. It will be dyslexic both, like if reading a page, but also if reading braille.
Yes.
oh yeah, that's cool.
That's it's not cool, but
My
it's really
introspective
No,
interesting.
music is an elevator because I'm trying to think of something, and if I'm trying to think of something, that is a whirring noise of just elevator music. Muzak.
Mine's
Muzak, yeah.
the me theme. Like,
The what?
The wee me theme.
Oh, me, like
Oh,
MII. Oh yeah.
dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun 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 dun. Bum bum bum.
dun, dun,
have
dun.
Like, come
you
on, like yeah, 100%.
have you
The best one.
guys? I'm
If you listen to
assuming
a hardstyle version of
most
that.
people have seen BBC's Sherlock.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
new series, but
No, it's not new.
it
We're
had
supposed to be getting a new season though.
okay.
Yeah, are we?
I
Apparently.
honestly
I'm not
backed
sure I have
out.
any kind of feeling to that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Uh,
I need more
either way,
ADHD Sherlock Holmes and autistic John Watson.
that's
Yes,
fair
please.
actually. Either way, um, that show probably has my favorite closed captions, only for the music.
Yes. I think
Because
that actually might
every
have been what we
other,
were watching.
it also has the wonderful, mind-blowing music plays. And I'm like, excuse me, what? I don't think this is what you're going for, but sure.
So, yeah, I mean, what they've said is there's no definite plan for a fifth season. However, the show was never finished nor cancelled. So they're not saying no. And both
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Benedict Cumberbatch and name I can't remember off the top of my head.
The guy who plays John Watson.
Yes, Martin Freeman. Thank you, God.
Mm.
Have also said that the minute they get the text message to say it's on, they're in 100%. They wouldn't turn it down even if they're in the middle of something else. So, I think that's a good enough shout that we're probably going to get more.
I think I was in the wrong headspace when season 4, I think 4,
That's the last one.
dropped. Yeah, but I don't remember if it was season 3 or 4. I just remember I got through the first episode and was like, okay, I can't.
Season 4, the sister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to give it another go, but
I would
I
do.
haven't gotten around to it.
I rewatch it fairly regularly. Sai and I watched it again recently. We also started watching Elementary, which is the American version.
I liked Elementary.
I love it. I think it has too many seasons because they are very
okay,
long seasons.
Yes, that is true. I agree. It is way too long. But I liked Elementary.
No, I did. I
also
think
liked
Lucy
the fact
Liu was a
that-
good.
Watson, yeah.
Yeah.
I also liked that they didn't do the will they, won't they? At least not in the seasons I watched.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, just so there was 24 episodes in season 1, 24 in season 2, and 3, and 4, and 5.
Yeah, 24 is standard.
Then 21 in season 6, and then 13 in season 7. That's a lot. And each episode was an hour a piece. That's a lot. Like, we finally finished season 1 and then started season 2, and I felt like I'd been watching it for years.
Yeah. I generally like.
I did like the characters, though. I thought it was well done.
No, I generally like. This is simplifying, but the UK seems to have shorter seasons.
Yes, we
so
do.
you get more for less, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's done in 2 formats. If an episode is an hour long, the seasons will be shorter. If it's a half an hour long episode, the seasons will be longer.
Yeah.
Because basically you'll get double because the episodes are shorter. Which is
but
fine.
Yeah, I generally prefer like
Usually
shorter,
you'll
more
get like
compact
12
storylines.
You'll get 12 1-hour episodes or 24 half an hour episodes.
Yep.
And you're like, that's fine. Because I can binge watch an entire season in a day. If it's 12 hours. I should.
So
but I can't.
we derailed again.
At this point, we derail that often that it's actually par for the course, and therefore we're on track.
On rails? Yeah, okay. I can accept this.
Which is pretty good. Yeah, what I was saying was obviously if the book of the month is not for you, if you can 100% sit there and go, I am not going to enjoy reading this, it's got too many things in it I don't like, you're more than welcome to read something else off the book list for this month. And then if you just let me know what you've chosen to read in its place, I can make sure to add it into the next book of the month stream so that we take time to talk about it as well. If you're someone who reads a lot and wants to read multiple books that are on the poll this month, also great. Let me know. I will add them in.
No,
I noticed like there was obviously I know myself and quite a few others the month before last finished Quicksilver quite quickly. So with that one, obviously, if you then go on to read more books from this month, I will put together on the library. You will have the collection that will have April's book of the month on it, which will have all of the books. The only thing is it won't have is all of the audiobooks. Because audiobooks are a pain
Some
in
do
the
have
arse.
audiobooks.
Huh?
Some do have audiobooks.
No, we won't have all of them. Just purely because they're a pain in the arse to get hold of.
Yeah, I understand not all of them, but I'm asking if some of them do.
Will some of them have audiobooks is the question.
Yes.
The
Was I
book
not
of
clear?
the book of the month will always have the audiobook.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
But
So
the
the layout for book of
others
the
might
month
not.
is the winning book for book of the month is always on the library plus its audiobook version. So every month
Okay.
you will always have the ebook and the audiobook of the winning book. So for this month, that's going to be The Shadows Between Us. You'll have both versions. I do try to get dramatized audios where I can. All the other options, bye Amy. All of the other options that were in the poll will also be there in ebook form, but not necessarily also in audiobook because audiobooks are expensive.
Fair enough.
Also, I am disappointed in all of the book dragons. Why are we not
Because
reading Warlock Holmes just from the title alone? I just wanted to read it because it sounds stupidly fun.
no one's stopping you.
I mean,
No,
to
I'm
be
gonna read
fair,
it.
I mean, I could also point out that Feybound has
can-
been in the poll twice in a row now because it was there
I
last
really
month
want
as
to
well,
to win.
and it was there this month. And last month it got 9 votes, and this month it got 10. So whoever
'Cause I
added
joined.
Feybound, keep adding it. In about 3 months, we'll probably get round to reading it. But yes, obviously, any book that didn't win this month can be put back in next month.
Mhm.
But I do try and obviously I open the suggestions up to you guys. So if we get more than 10 books and some of them are repeats, I'll focus on putting new books in first over repeats unless the repeat was really popular in previous polls, in which case I know that you guys do really want to read it. But yeah, exciting. So then upcoming Tuesday is
Mhm.
the 1st of April, and we will have our first Tuesday stream. Exciting, exciting. And I will read the 2 pieces of fanfiction that I have. And considering that's not going to take me very long, we're also going to do an Ask Me Anything. And I mean anything. Go for it. Carte blanche. So that will be announced tomorrow. So you can get your questions ready.
How long will the Tuesday streams run?
Probably around about the same time. They start a little bit later, so we start those ones at 8 p.m. UK time, which will be 9 p.m. for you guys. Purely just to try and make life a little easier for the Americans because it's a weekday.
Mhm.
Um,
And I'm planning to run for about 2 hours.
yeah. But that one will probably end up being a little bit more variable depending on what we're doing, because obviously like quiz nights and stuff like that might end up going longer, or you know, it might be a chatty thing that goes shorter. So we'll play it by ear and reevaluate as and when needed. And then we have next Sunday, which is the 6th. We've got unicorn bits. Rainbow unicorn bits. It winked a star at me too.
Unicorn does. I'm gonna try and get my head out of the gutter.
There's a unicorn on the screen winking stars at us because Lady K has just given us cheered 100 bits.
This is not what either Una or I see from that emoji, but I'm glad you do.
I mean, I see it as a unicorn, but the first millisecond of it arriving. ...
Either way, moving on, we do not have our minds in the gutter.
No. Why would I-
Sorry, I was distracted. What were you talking about?
Nothing. Don't
Ah.
worry about it.
I've been terrorizing Ton in messages.
It's been an experience.
Oh, I'm not the only one who's been terrorizing Ton this stream.
You weren't distracting though. I can answer a question.
Fair.
I cannot deal with whatever the fuck Cyber sent me.
Oh no, he's found another victim to feed on. No.
Well, the problem is that I am
really.
enjoying it. It's just very distracting.
There's most conversations with me.
On Sunday, sorry. On
Yes,
Sunday, the
on
6th.
Sunday,
Sunday.
I think we're going to talk about plot twists.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
There's a plot twist.
Plot twist.
Ba-dum-tish.
Tish. Yep. And then the rest is to be announced. Yeet indeed. Though I definitely think we're gonna have Harry Potter quiz.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I should probably read the books.
Might help if you're going to participate in the quiz.
Or if we can get enough people, you can go in teams.
Don't team up
duos.
with me because I haven't read the last book.
That means we're a fantastic team. We both don't know.
I have read none.
Have you at least seen
Okay,
the
we
movie?
three team up. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, if we can get
I
enough
saw all the
people,
movies in one go.
if we can get enough people for quiz, we can do duos, trios, or groups. And I will try to be relatively nice and not expect you to be able to quote the book.
Remember the color of the sock that Dobby gets?
See? I could
Must
be
be
that
white.
mean. I could be that mean.
Yeah, you could be that mean because
Mhm.
that sock is actually kind of memed, you know. And I can't remember what color it is.
It's also the wrong color in the movie.
Yeah, that too.
I seem to remember.
Yeah, it depends because in the film he gives him a black sock,
Mhm.
which is not the same as in the book.
No.
Don't spoil the answer. It might be a question.
It's not going to be a question.
But I'm here for more bookish quizzes.
Quizzes and debates.
Quizzes, yeah, debates will be coming back. I'm going to do that at the end of the month so I can give you some time because you'll get your characters beforehand.
Do you want to do it that way?
Mm.
You were jumping back and forth a bit.
No, we are going
between
to do. So, debate format is going to be you get the chance to tell me you want to be a part of it. I will give you a book character. And you can go off and learn all that you can about your book character, do some deep diving on them, get some ideas, because who you go up against and the setting with its question will be random. Entirely. So, you will at least know your character.
Mm.
And you
And there
will
might
argue
be-
that character the entire evening.
You will, yes. You will argue that character the
You
entire
will.
evening. There might be team ups.
You will
Ooh,
role play.
Yeah, team ups could be fun.
team ups could be fucking
And again,
hilarious.
they will be at random. So you could end up with. Who did we have
Sherlock
last
Holmes
time?
and Dracula.
Sherlock Holmes and Batman versus Dumbledore and Percy Jackson.
Oh.
Which one would be the better leader of the Lost Boys?
Coach McDuck! I will die on this hill!
Ebenezer Scrooge,
Oh,
not
right.
Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, they're
Is that
basically
who
the same
you were
character.
arguing? Were you arguing Scrooge McDuck
See-
the whole time?
No. Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge of the Disney's
A
The
Christmas
Muppet
Carol.
Christmas Carol. No, but see, he plays Scrooge in the
Disney's A Christmas Carol.
Because
He
his
does.
character
Yeah,
is.
but you need Scrooge McDuck playing the character of Ebenezer Scrooge,
Yes.
playing the version of Disney, playing the version of A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh my God.
Yes. Is it not Alan Rickman?
No, it's Michael Caine.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael Caine. Sorry. Yeah.
He's only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Forever be the only thing that I ever remember immediately upon saying his name.
Some people
He's
just
been in
want to
so
watch
many
the world
things,
burn.
but he was a very good Alfred.
Mhm.
But only blowing the bloody doors off, and he blows up the entire building. It's fucking hilarious. And also the reason that Mini Coopers are cool.
Mhm.
I's got planning to do. You've got reading to prepare for. I will open up the right. We can. Not that I had already set up the color and everything for this month's. It's the shadow between us. Us, not US. That would be an entirely different thing altogether.
Mhm.
Can I unlock you? How do I unprotect a sheet?
Do you need assistance?
Possibly. I put protect the sheet on earlier, thinking it locked them so that I could fiddle and people couldn't see them, and now I just think it has stopped you guys from being able to write in it.
Yes, if you protect the entire sheet, no one else but you and people you allow. So if you right click and press, I'm just double checking, so I say.
Protect sheet again?
Yes, and then you can protect certain parts of the sheet if you want.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened, but I think your first sheet got fucked up. The Quicksilver one.
Oh. What's wrong with the Quicksilver one?
Oh, on my end at least, the first column where it's supposed to say name says it's column 1. And then
Oh,
the title of the.
it's moved the word name for some reason.
Yeah.
Stupid bloody thing. Wayfair display, and it is supposed to be centralized, and you can sod off. That color. Ta-da! Fixed. Language of Dragons is fine. April Book of the Month is Shadow Between Us, so we're going to rename it.
So how's everyone doing?
I'm good. Ari, do you want to end stream and then do that?
I was thinking the same. I think we might have lost her.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Anyone in chat?
No, I will let you guys free. So we will see
Yay.
you on Tuesday. Keep an eye on
Release the
the
chains.
notifications.
Write that down. Write that down.
Announcements. Fable will be updated on Tuesday when we hit the 1st. Have fun. Enjoy. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.